Hey guys, it's Tyler. I'm back again for another video. So today I wanted to do a story time. So I've been watching this series on Netflix called Paranormal Survivor, which like totally freaks me out. I'm totally afraid. I'm always checking my shoulders and like making sure the doors are locked, the windows are secured, everything. But like I still find it so entertaining and satisfying. Yes, I do have to watch like a couple episodes of Friends afterwards, just so I can like have the courage to get up and go to like the bedroom. Um, okay, whatever. Call me whatever you want. I get it. But I find it so entertaining and so like scary, and I love it. We all need a little fear once in a while. Just keep you on your edge. So it's kind of based off my story yesterday. So yesterday's video, which if you didn't watch, definitely watch, because it gives some insider information to working in luxury retail in New York City. So definitely watch that. I will link that in the description. Also, it was yesterday's video, so not terribly hard to find. But yeah, it's kind of a link between the two. So I wanted to give a little story time about this like paranormal ghost experience I had while working at the department store, when I worked at the department store. And I'll try to keep this as vague as possible so like you can't really place where I worked. I don't know why it matters. I don't work there anymore. I'm not going to work there ever again. But just to keep some anonymosity, is that the word? I'll speak very vague of where it's at. So as you know, I worked in the home decor department. This was a couple years ago, obviously when I worked there. Let's set the scene. So it was inventory night. Yes, we had to do inventory. Like if you've worked in retail, I'm sure you've had to do it as well. So it was inventory night. We closed early. We used an outsourced inventory system, like group, whatever. So there were other people in the building, a lot of other people that helped with inventory, and we assisted them because we were more familiar. So if it was a set of something, like say it was a set of 12 glasses, they wouldn't have known and like counted that as 12 units instead of one set. So like just to aid with like the correct counting of inventory, we helped them. So that being said, there were a lot of other people in the building, so keep that in mind. So we were closing out for the end of the night. It was kind of late. We're almost done. Just a couple areas of our department or floor was finishing. Some of the more complex, higher unit areas were just finishing. So a lot of us were just standing around talking. And me and one of my friends were in like, well, let's go. No, okay, it won't give it away. So we were just standing in one of the departments with like china and like ceramics and that sort of thing, and we were talking about this pattern of china. And sounds like a total dork. It's funny because my friend, she's like about the same age as me, so like we're like mid-20s talking about like china, like we're some geezer, whatever. So we were talking about this china pattern because we were like obsessed. And in the corner of our eye, how should I phrase this to build some suspense? You're probably like, just tell me the damn story. So, alright, so this is how it happened. So, it was late, we were talking, discussing a pattern, when all of a sudden we hear this huge crash. And we both look over, and there's this huge platter that was like, literally, like, I am not kidding, it was literally thousands of dollars. The retail price was like thousands. So, first things first, we hear this platter come crashing down onto the ground, and we look over, and then naturally, because we saw what area it was and we knew like the price point of that particular brand. So we run over to look, and we we both kind of like look over in this corner. So over by where the fixture was with this china, there was a area. There's a small room. Only the one entrance, literally right off the fixture of the china. So one small like alcove rather. Only one entrance, only one way to get in and out. And that was right by the fixture. So we look in there, and then like it had like a cash register, cash drawer, little area to like do paperwork, whatnot. So we run over to look and see the damage of the broken $1,000 platter, thousands of dollar platter, and both of us were kind of like looking over, and I see her looking as well. So we're both kind of peeking over each other, looking into the room to see if anyone was in there. And like we're like looking around, like our like buyer, our like department buyer, our department manager all come running because everyone hears this crash. And me and my friend kind of step back and go like over to where we were standing before, and my friend's like, I could have sworn I saw someone over there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, me too. So, and I'm like, did you see like someone like wearing all black? Which sounds so cliche, but like, I'm being totally honest. We see someone like black. I mean, it was at the corner of my eye, so like, it could have just been like the outline of someone, not necessarily like they're in like a black robe with like a pitchfork, you know, like I'm not saying that, but like I just saw like a black figure, so like dark clothing, whatever, kind of walk past the fixture, stop, and then walk into the room. And I'm telling my friend this, and she's like, I saw the same exact thing at the corner of my eye, because obviously we're engaged in conversation like you and I are right now. So like we just see like someone just walking past, stop in front of the fixture, and then walk into the room. Walking into the room as the plate came sliding off the wall. And like I mentioned, like a lot of people were around, and like unfamiliar, like strangers, because they were also conducting the inventory. So like we thought maybe it was just one of them. They don't know the pricing of things, like they could care less, they're just trying to do their job. So I thought maybe like they bumped into a cabinet and then kind of just ran into the room because they knew they broke something, but definitely not the case. So we were telling everyone thinks we're crazy. Honestly, I wasn't going to say anything. I let her say something to me first, saying like, oh my gosh, I thought I could have sworn I saw someone. And I was just going to let it go, but she said it, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I saw the same thing. And then like we started telling like the associate that was primarily in that department, and he's kind of like freaked out, but like is kind of skeptical at the same time. We tell like the buyers and managers, and everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, it was a ghost. I'm like, we're like, honestly, like we're standing in the corner, like you can go to loss prevention, pull the film footage, the surveillance. It definitely wasn't us. Like we're not sticking up for each other's backs. We were like on the opposite side of the room when the plate fell. So of course, story spreads like wildfire across the floor, and everyone's starting to like come to us about it, and was like, oh my gosh, tell us the story, tell us what happened, I want to know. So we're telling everyone, and one person goes to LP to look, and like, or to tell them, or just happen to run into LP, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's not the first time that something's happened. Like, we've seen things on camera. So like, it was just so scary to like kind of like get like confirmation. Like, they didn't confirm that they saw that event, but they were just confirming like other events that they saw, like weird things like happen on camera. Like no like figures or anything, but just like things moving. He mentioned like a dress kind of like float out, like someone like picked it up off a rack and then kind of let it go, and it like kind of swung down. And this was like at like, you know, 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning, when no one else is on the store. There's typically like 1 or 2 security people just there on site at all times. So it was kind of crazy to like have that confirmation that like maybe we weren't crazy, we weren't just tired from like working all day and then doing inventory. But it was so interesting. Like, hope you guys liked the story. I hope I didn't drag it out too much. I just wanted to make sure I had all the details and, you know, add a little suspense. Yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments. I would love to hear like what kind of encounters you may have, or like, cause I'm crazy for like scary stories and ghost stories. So I'm a total believer of that existence. So definitely leave those in the comments because I'd love to hear. And also follow me on Instagram, and if you don't want to leave comments for everyone to see, send me a DM on Instagram giving your stories because I'd love to hear. And again, I'll have all my information down below for Instagram. And guys, I make videos daily, so be sure to stop back here tomorrow to watch another video. I will see you then. Bye!